Now the North Node has moved rather quickly recently, and now it's in the 16th degree of Taurus, and the South Node is in the 16th degree of Scorpio. Scorpio 16, a girl's face breaking into a smile, is to do with gestures of friendliness. Generally speaking, animals do not smile. It is a defining human characteristic, and it applies not only the ability, but also the willingness to choose harmony and faith over fear and conflict. A smile is a very powerful device that promotes goodwill and the smoothing of the way. There's also a sense here of allowing something to occur that you might not have chosen. Just acquiescing, yeah, I can accept that, fine, where's the problem? And a smile does that kind of thing to ourselves as well. I don't care, why should I care? It doesn't matter very much, I'm not going to get upset about that. Oh well, that kind of energy, oh well, never mind, we'll find a way through. Now, this is the South Node, so it kind of comes to us quite readily over the next few weeks. We're going to find ourselves more easily able to let go and not get involved in debating the rights and wrongs of some suggestion or whether somebody's messing us about or whatever. Just smile your way through it. And if somebody's upset with you, you smile and it doesn't matter anymore. That kind of easy energy associated, in this case, with a young girl. Now, the North Node is in the 16th degree of Taurus, and it's in the expression of awakening. It's been there for a while, the node, and it's now in its 16th degree of awakening, so it's going to move on out of this expression soon. The 16th degree of Taurus, an old man attempting vainly to reveal the mysteries. I have to laugh at this one, because this is my sun sign, 16th degree of Taurus, an old man attempting vainly to reveal the mysteries. Revelation. Every single moment is new. We stand now in a new reality and find old wisdom is simply inadequate to explain what is the case now. It cannot guide us completely, and so we look for and find a new perspective. We try to explain it to others, but with few expectations and no attachment to success. This is one of the degrees in the Sabian list that is said to be negative. And so, because it's so dear to me, I looked into this question. Rudyard sees it quite differently. He sees it as a very positive degree. And that is because of this phenomenon that exists, that we only try our hardest, we only do our best when we haven't actually finished the job. If you're trying to do something and you're not doing it very well, or you haven't managed to master the skills, or it's just a difficult job, when you're really, really trying hard and it still doesn't work, then you pull out more. There's this thing about Taurus, it's very stubborn, very determined. When it starts something, it finishes. It may be slow or reluctant to start anything, but once it's started, it likes to finish. It really, really wants to finish and does finish mostly. So when we're talking about the revelation of knowledge as a teacher, the job in hand really is to teach everyone what you know. Now, that's not possible. It's not even possible to teach one person what you know for all of us, because my experience is mine and I've experienced it in my way, and that's what's given me the knowledge that I have. I can't deliver that to somebody, but I really, really want to. I got this sense of wanting to reveal myself, what I know, what I've experienced. I want to reveal myself to anyone, to the world, because I want to reveal myself to myself. This is quite a lot to do with self-revelation. So all of us now are going through this experience as North Node crosses through the 16th degree of Taurus. We find that it's actually beneficial for our own spiritual evolution, the North Node's principle, to reveal more of ourselves to someone who can understand. Partly because the process of revelation engenders self-revelation, partly because you're witnessed, and somebody witnessing you deepens the revelation, and partly because it's impossible, and therefore you try your very hardest to do this thing. And that's the point here. We do need a bit of a motivation for us to try our very hardest at something. And in this case, expressing ourselves. So in our lives, we have opportunities to show the world what we can do and what we think and what we believe and what is our experience. We have these opportunities. And I would say most people are a little bit half-hearted about that. They'll try something and yeah, maybe it'll work relatively well, maybe it won't, but they'll just do that. And that's that. Now, there are other people that will really want to get the job done excellently well, without mistakes, fully and utterly. And they're determined to do that. And even when it's done to that extent, they try and add a bit to create another aspect of it, another dimension to it. Whatever it is you're creating in your life, whether it's a creative artwork or a relationship or a job at work or the garden, whatever you're doing, you could do it a little bit more so, a little bit better, a little bit more accurately, a little bit more fully or beautifully, or that extra half inch that makes the difference. The detail of a situation, they say, God is in the detail, and they also say the devil's in the detail. It's the difference between, more or less, roughly, more or less, and that is exactly so. It's that difference we're examining here. And yet, remembering the South Node, the girl's breaking into a smile. You do everything you can in Taurus to get the job done perfectly well, because you're determined to do it. And yet, you fail, because that's the nature of reality, that we can never be perfect. And even if we want to be perfect, we're only perfect up to a certain level, and there's other people that can go beyond that level, and there's the possibility that we can go beyond that level as well. So we can never actually finish. And that not being able to finish is our motivation for trying harder. And if we don't finish, if we don't get the job done, then the South Node is just saying, well, so what? It doesn't matter. And that's the girl with the smile. So these two opposite polarities of Scorpio and Taurus 19, they're kind of mutually involved with each other. And this idea of the opposites of Sabian degrees, any Sabian degree has its opposite in the zodiac. And Mark Edmund Jones spoke very deeply on this matter. He actually published his book in an unusual way. Instead of putting Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and the normal sequence of the zodiac, he actually said Aries, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio. He drew attention to the opposites, suggesting therefore that the mystery of any particular Sabian degree is accessed through its opposite to some extent. Now that's quite counterintuitive until you start thinking of the axes in the horoscope, such as the North Node, South Node axis, such as the ascendant, descendant, and the midheaven IC. And then you do understand that the opposites help you understand each other. So your descendant helps you understand your ascendant, and vice versa. Ascendant, nadir, the same thing. So the same thing with the nodes. We understand what is our spiritual evolution by noticing what we can do easily, what we didn't really have to study hard to learn. So the South Node is our gift. And that includes our karma. The understanding that we have in the West about karma is a little bit negative. It's based on original sin, the Christian idea of original sin, which is kind of preposterous, really. What karma is the inclination that we have to take on the challenges and so on in life through which we can learn what we need to learn. So karma is the opportunity to fix imperfections in your being. Now, we don't like that necessarily. We don't like to have to come up with challenges and overcome obstacles. And without doing that, you're not going to resolve your karma in whatever way that matters. But without the opportunity to do that, then we just go round and round in circles on a very underachieved kind of expression. So here we have the South Node, North Node saying, well, look, learn how to smile. Just learn how to let it go when you can't cope. And that means that you'll not worry too much about taking on another opportunity to learn and challenge yourself and grow through that challenge. So the expectation of success sometimes, or the need for success, sometimes robs us of the courage to try. And we're saying in this case, look, don't worry about failure or success. Get on with it. Whatever, just do it.